Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Austria F1. This is your man on the mic, Ben Silver, bringing you the turn-by-turn action here in Salzburg, Austria, at the Red Bull Ring. This, of course, is the home track of the Red Bull team. We're excited to have you all along for the race as we get underway with our short qualifying. This is the fastest track in all of F1. You'll see some really quick lap times, just over a minute. 3 DRS zones, several straights, lots of room to pass. Should be pretty action-packed. Certainly looking to continue the action that we saw last week in France, where we had 6 drivers either DNF or be disqualified. Of course, more on that in a little bit, but we will get the qualifying here underway in just a moment. As we will see which of our drivers will head out of the pits and get their outlap started first. 19 drivers on the grid today. And it looks like let's see. Looks like Nicholas Volkmann will be our first driver around the track here in Austria for qualifying. So we'll hop on board with him. And, you know, I'll walk you through what to expect here in Austria. Like I said, lots of fast parts of this track. A lot of blink and you miss it action. Those 2 initial straights to get us started, really 3 initial straights to get us started, into a bit of windy action here that finishes out our Sector 2. Sector 3 is a little bit more interesting, some hard right turns, a bit more areas to pass, and of course our third DRS detection zone, which will come into play, I'm sure. We'll go on with Nicholas Volkmann as he looks to set the first hot lap of this qualifying. As we see him take turn 1, it's going to be about a 90-degree turn. This takes us into our first DRS zone. Turn 2 is going to be just past 90 degrees, again to the right, so hard on the brakes, which brings us into our second DRS zone. We are certainly not wanting for DRS zones here in Austria. You see Nicholas Volkmann with good pace, coming up to turn 4 now, which is a just past 90-degree right turn. Turn 5 is just that little wiggle inside to the right. This is turn 6 here, kind of a looping left. Turn 7, got to tap the brake maybe just a little bit there with that left turn. Turn 8, you barely feel it, to the right. Takes us in a bit of a straight here, up to turn 9, that 90-degree right turn. And of course, our final turn, turn 10, just 10 turns here, and our third DRS zone, as Nicholas Volkmann sets a fastest lap at 1 minute and 3 seconds and 5/10. So we'll have to see if anyone can push past that. Already, Vapor Cobalt sets a slightly faster time. Let's Get Fiscal, about 4/10 of a second behind. And Worried Cloud have been our first drivers to post times. We will hop on with, let's see if we can find a lap here. Yeah, sure, Melon Garden. Let's see what he's got to offer us. He sets purple through Sector 1. Very nice for Melon Garden. And so look now to take on the second sector of this track, coming into turn 4. This is that little waggle of turn 5 here. You barely feel that one. And turn 7 to the left as we get into our final sector. Not quite a purple time there for Mellengarden, but he's still looking to set a top 5 time here in qualifying. Justice in the chat saying good luck to everyone. Certainly do wish everyone luck. Hopefully we'll have a few more drivers cross the finish line this week than we did in France. And let's see, the time there is... gives him a top 4 spot there with just under a minute 4 seconds. Meanwhile, Vapor Trench has set our fastest qualifying time, sliding Vapor Cobalt and Nicholas Volkman down 1 spot each. We've also just gotten a time from Vapor Elian. That's a new name. I wonder if that is Elian Bayon, who has changed his name perhaps to Vapor Elian. Maybe hoping for a change of luck. I'll have to see if he's in the chat and can let me know if maybe he's racing under a different name today. Brent Stelton also setting a very nice time, just under a minute 4 seconds, sliding ahead of Nicholas Volkman. Let's go ahead and take a look at Red Sniper, who's invalidated. So on to Trulson, who is trying to set a lap here. Let's see if we can figure out where he is. He's coming into Sector 2. Does get a purple Sector 1. Very nice work from him. As we got 4 Vapors today, that certainly makes it easy for me as your commentator. Meanwhile, we're here with Trulson coming around turn 4. Trulson, who's kind of been consistently getting points race in and race out, besides a few disqualifications. Trulson's still sitting at 43 points, so he's done a good job earning points pretty much every race, usually sliding in somewhere around 4th to 7th, I would say, in most of our first 10 races. Austria, of course, is our 11th race of the season. And Trulson will set the fastest lap. As you see purple flash up on the mini-map, denoting the fastest time so far. So good work from Trulson. Meanwhile, let's take a look at Red Sniper. Red Sniper, of course, one of our newly minted main drivers, just got in the second driver's seat last week. Was his first race as a full-time driver, so congratulations once again to both Red Sniper I and Vapor Cobalt, who are now driving with us in the Bette Jalle F1 Racing League full-time. As we see, Red Sniper also set a purple sector in Sector 2, so it looks like he's going to really compete here for fastest lap time, as long as he can keep it clean here in Sector 3, which it looks like he's going to have no trouble doing, as he's going to come in. Really nice time for him. He's going to slip up to that 4 spot. Take a look at how close 2nd, 3rd, 4th, even 5th are to each other, but especially 2nd, 3rd, and 4th, all within 0.08 of a second. So very, very tight there, to be sure. Let's take a look now at our new driver today, Carwin, sorry, as he drives into the pit. So we'll go back with him in just a little bit, as he's just invalidated his previous lap. Certainly interested to see what Carwin brings to the table. This will be my first time watching him race. Meanwhile, let's check out Multi-RABC. Multi-RABC currently a bit down in our table. He's coming in with only 4 points into this 11th race. So hoping to earn some much needed points here is Multi-RABC. And we'll see what kind of qualifying time this gentleman can start. He is about almost a full second back of his first pace. So we will maybe go on and take a look at Vicensky now. Attempting to set a hot lap. He's just into Sector 2. And we'll just keep it here and see what kind of time Vicensky can get to maybe improve on his previous qualifying lap. stay down in 11th, but it looks like he's just going to get underway here and get right back into it. So certainly some solid times here as we start to take shape. Looks like Greeny's just started his hot lap, so we'll get it in right here with Greeny to see, you know, this driver, of course, always bringing tremendous pace to the table. Really heartbreaker last week as Greeny was disqualified in the last lap or two of that race. Truly heartbreaking as we had a safety car come out, I believe it was the 3rd or 4th lap to last, and Greeny picked up a penalty for speeding under the safety car and then was disqualified when he passed the safety car. It was really bad luck for Greeny, who looked like he was going to secure not only first place in that race, but also a pretty wide lead in the table itself. Instead, he slipped back into 2nd place. Definitely disappointing for him. And Greeny will have that lap invalidated. He's going to have to go and try again here. Immediately invalidates this quality lap as well. So let's take a look at Carwin, who also seems to have invalidated. Still waiting on times from 3 of our 19 drivers in qualifying. Worried Cloud disqualified from the session. I'm not sure what he did there. We'll have to take a look. Meanwhile, Trulson, still our pole setter with a really solid time, about 700ths of a second faster than Vapor Trench in 2nd. Brett Stelton showing, you know, off his knowledge of this track, currently in 3rd place. Last year on this track, Brett Stelton secured 5th place here in Austria, as we see Vapor Elian setting the fastest time. Again, I'm pretty sure Vapor Elian is Elian Bayon. Let me know in the chat if I'm right about that, but I'm fairly certain. Either way, nice job from Vapor Elian to set our pole here now. Okay, going back to Brett Stelton, last year in Austria was 5th place. So certainly knows the track well and will be looking to pick up some big points, as he's currently 19th in the table with 16 points. Red Sniper looking to improve on his time here as he'll start his hot lap in earnest. Hey there, Vapor Lazy, how you doing, buddy? Nice of you to check in the chat. Good luck today. Vapor Lazy currently back of the pack with our drivers who have qualified. Minute and 4 seconds. He is qualifying on those medium tires, though, the only driver to do so. Everyone else is on those softer composite tires. So pretty good pace for the mediums. Looks like he is going to slap on some softs and try to turn in a faster time here. If it is your first time here watching Bette Jalle Racing, do me a favor and shoot me a message in the chat. Let me know that you're here. Let me know what you think. Let me know who you're picking to win this race, as we're still in qualifying, about 5 minutes left. Still waiting on times from Greeny, Carwin, and Reflection. As we'll hop on with Carwin. Again, this is Carwin's first race here with the Bette Jalle League. Not really looking to set a pace here, just keeping it in 4th gear, kind of doing his thing as he heads into the pits. Greeny, meanwhile, on his out lap, has had 2 hot laps disqualified so far. Hopefully can keep it inside the track limitations. Because we all know that, you know, Greeny is capable of striking pretty much from any position, but if he qualifies towards the front of the grid, he's all but uncatchable. Meanwhile, Red Sniper is all the way up to 2nd qualifying. So nice work from him. Using the controller, using the gaming pad, and really, you know, showing off, you know, that ability to race with the pad as opposed to a wheel. showing tremendous pace here in Austria. Meanwhile, Greeny, who's just set a purple sector 1, as long as he can keep it on the track, this could be the one for him. Really good pace so far. So let's go over the table while we have a second here as we watch Greeny come into sector 3 here in Austria. Sets another purple sector. So if he has a solid sector 3 here, we should see him easily in the top 3, I would imagine, of qualifying. So far in the table through 10, as he invalidates on turn 9. Oh my gosh, that's got to be so frustrating for him after setting tremendous pace through the first 2 sectors. He invalidates on turn 9. So in the table, we got Vapor Cobalt, recently just full-time as he invalidates there on turn 1. Greeny having a horrendous qualifying. Let's take a look with Vapor Lazy. It looks like we have gotten a time from Reflection. He'll slide up to 11th. Vapor Cobalt with 136 points is in first. Our most recent addition to being a full-time driver here in Bette, Jalle. Greeny is in second with 124 points. Again, that heartbreak last week. Yeah, not only would he be in first place on the table, but he'd be ahead by 12 to 15 points, I would imagine. So he'll be looking to get back on track, no pun intended. Big Baguette, meanwhile, with a 120 points in the table. So those top 3 are all within 16 points of each other. So we're still very, very exciting to be sure. As we see Vapor Lazy, looks like he might be on track for a good lap here. So Let's Get Fiscal, a bit of a drop down to 93 points. Still a very consistent driver, frequently in the top 5. Vapor Trench in 5th place in the table with 78 points. Vapor Trench has missed a couple of races. I think that if he had a perfect attendance, he would have a really good chance of perhaps being up with that group in the top 3. So definitely a lesson to be learned about showing up for your races, no doubt. As Vapor Lazy lucky not to invalidate his lap there. It looks like he's going to move up a little bit, not too terribly much. Just look at how close these times are, folks. Less than a 1/10 of a second between first and second. A little bit more than a 1/10 between second and third. 7/100ths of a second between third and fourth. 5/100ths of a second between 5th and 4th. Just under 200ths of a second between Vapor Cobalt and Brent Stelton. It's just very, very close. All up and down this top 10. Really solid qualifying times. Let's check on with Carwin, who looks to set a time here in the waning moments of qualifying. A little bit more about our top 5. So Let's Get Fiscal has really not had amazing pace the last couple of races. Still good enough for 4th place in the table with 93 points. But something just kind of seems off, and he was really lucky to avoid his back-to-back. As we see, very nice from Carwin, sliding all the way up into 3rd. So nice work from him, finally getting a solid qualifying lap. It looks like Greeny might be our last driver to set a time here in qualifying. So yeah, managed to avoid heartbreak with that safety car coming out last week in France at the very end of the race. And due to the fact that Let's Get Fiscal, while not showing the best pace the last couple of weeks, continues his penchant for avoiding penalties. As we see Greeny invalidate another lap. I believe he's had about 5 laps invalidated. Not sure he's going to be able to set a time here in Austria. That's really a shame. So we'll have to see if he can get that back of the pack magic that we've seen already. I believe in Canada we saw that. So we'll just have to wait and see what Greeny can do. So more on Let's Get Fiscal. That safety car managed to save him because he came across the finish line in about 8th or 9th place. But because the safety car grouped everyone up so tightly, he managed to slip up 3 or 4 positions and secure that top 5 finish last week. So last week in France, we saw Big Baguette take home the trophy. Vapor Cobalt took 2nd. Josh Smithness found himself on the podium for the first time this season and Greenies might try one more time, as he should be able to maybe go for a lap here. He is low on gas though, so I'm not sure he's going to be able to. Yes, Josh Smith has found himself a podium last week. Vapor Trench in 4th, Fiscal, of course, rounding out our top 5 last week in France. Josh Smithness moved up quite a bit in the table, now up to 8th place. He jumped about 7 drivers, so nice job for him. And unfortunately, yeah, Greenie will not be able to set a lap here, so he's going to have to start back of the pack in 18th, just ahead of our disqualified driver, Worried Cloud. Meanwhile, we have Vapor Elian taking pole. I believe, again, that's Elian Bayon. Again, let me know in the chat, guys, if I'm right about that, if that is Elian Bayon racing under a different name. Red Sniper I will start in 2nd. Carwin, welcome to Bette Jalle. Nice work. You know, you're going to start in 3rd place today. 4th place is, starting in 4th, I should say, will be Trulson. Starting in 5th will be Vapor Trench. And look at those gaps. I mean, super, super tight all the way up and down this starting grid. Lazy the Twig drops in the chat to show that he seems to feel pretty good with the P12 start. So nice job, Lazy, moving up just a little bit to start in 12th. And Nicholas Volkman noted that there was only 1 second of gap between our pole position and 17th place in qualifying, so very, very tight. Austria is always a fun track. It is our fastest track here in F1. The laps will really, you know, blink and you miss them. We'll have 36 of them. So it'll go by pretty quick. Definitely plenty of room to pass, so we'll keep an eye on Greenie to see if he can move his way up through the pack. Greenie, always the aggressive driver. In qualifying, it looked like he might have a bit of trouble staying out of the penalties, but he'll certainly do his best to do so, as we see the possible lap strategies there for tires. Vapor Elian will lead us around the track in qualifying, as we see these drivers warming up those tires. And we will have our top 10 drivers all starting the race on softs. Multi-RABC, Vapor Lazy will both start on the mediums. Reflection Ops to also start on those softer composite tires. Let's Get Fiscal of Vichensky, Big Baguette, all starting on mediums. Really interesting to see Big Baguette down that far in qualifying, as he tends to be a mainstay in the top 10 coming out of qualifying. Josh Smithness also will be on the softs, looking to get a good finish, especially with that podium last week. He'll be looking to continue the momentum. Greenie and Word Cloud at the back of the pack will be racing, at least to start with, on medium tires. And our formation lap already coming to an end. Again, a very, very quick track. Not exactly a short track, still a little over 4 kilometers, maybe on the shorter side of average, but still relatively a short track, I would say. Certainly will be fast with these 3 DRS zones. As we see our drivers take their position. Hopefully no bugs this week, as good news, it looks like we will indeed be able to get underway. And we have red lights turning on here in Austria. 5 red lights on, and ladies and gentlemen, they are off in Austria. Let's see if we can avoid any first turn damage here. Seems like everyone is through turn 1 so far. No damage. Seems like everyone's still on the track. Oh, and we see, looks like Nicholas Volkmann take that turn just a little wide, but he's gonna be okay. Bit of a yellow flag from contact. It looks like Nicholas Volkmann manages to, for the most part, avoid damage. Meanwhile, Red Sniper has taken over the lead, at least for now, as we see a bit of a battle here at the front. These two going too wide into Sector 3. Red Sniper maybe pulling away with it just a little bit here. Brent Stelton maybe picking up the penalty for bumping Nicholas Volkmann earlier. And it seems like everyone on the track, no critical damage. Big Baguette, meanwhile, has dropped to the back of the pack for now as we see Greeny jump all the way up to 15th. And Red Sniper still in first with Carwin right behind him, and Vapor Alien now sliding back into third. As we start our second lap here, still very close driving all up and down this track. No contact on that turn. Very nice work, gentlemen. Everyone's still on the track. Seemingly no damage that I can see, at least. And as you can see, those intervals still very, very tight, top to bottom. So certainly we have to look forward to some very tight racing here. As we approach lap 3 now, Red Sniper about a second ahead of now Vapor Trench moving up to second, passing, maybe getting a double pass in on Carwin and Vapor Alien. And DRS will be enabled here in lap 3, so we'll certainly see maybe the pack getting a little bit more spread out. Something going on with Vicensky. Looks like he just got passed by a few drivers. I see he once again passes by Josh Smith. Greenies moves his way up to 15. Let's Get Fiscal has improved up into the top 10 with teammate Vapor Lazy right behind him. As Vapor Trench looks now to get a pass done on Red Sniper. About a half second of difference, but again, we will have DRS on this lap, so we'll have to see if Vapor Trench can continue his solid pace. Ooh, we see there Zach Orley that just ran very, very wide. Oh, Melongarden, meanwhile, into the wall. He's going to have to wait for this entire pack to come through. Definite damage there for Melongarden. Really bad luck for Melongarden. Lucky to not lose a tire, though. And so he'll get it back on the track. And battle here we see between Red Sniper and Vapor Trench. Vapor Trench does manage to get the pass on that first DRS section. Vapor Cobalt, meanwhile, picks up a 3-second time penalty. Bad luck for Vapor Cobalt, current leader here in Bette, Jalle. As we see a bit of contact between Red Sniper and Vapor Trench. They're driving really neck and neck with each other. Let's take a look in the cockpit here as these two go side by side. A bit more contact there, and it looks like Vapor Trench gets the better of Red Sniper, and for now at least will pull away just a little bit. Keep it in the cockpit. Something happened to Vapor Alien. Looks like maybe he was spun out into the grass, and he'll get it back on the track. So how the mighty have fallen. Vapor Alien now in 18th, started the race in pole. We'll see now if Carwin can manage a move here on Red Sniper. Vapor Trench, as we see, takes that a little wide. Allow Red Sniper to get maybe back in and on the back of Vapor Trench. Let's see here if Carwin can get a move done on as he goes wide on Red Sniper, unable to use the outside to pass there on turn 2. Let's see if he's got better luck in store for him coming around turn 3. As these 3 drivers have peeled away from the rest of the pack, now ahead by about a second and a half is where our next pack starts. And that pack pretty much goes from 4th all the way down to 10th. All those drivers very, very close to each other. But certainly this pack leading the way is Vapor Trench, Red Sniper, and Carwin. Not really sure what to expect from Carwin, it being his first race with Bette Jalle, but so far so good for him. Josh Smith picks up a 3-second time penalty. Does not bode well for his repeat trip to the podium, I would say. As our front pack here is into our second DRS. Sorry, our first DRS rather. Now moving into our second DRS. So far, all of our drivers still on the track. Mellengarden opts to not go to the pits. Maybe he wants to get the most out of these soft tires before repairing that wing damage that we saw him get a few laps ago. For the most part, still very, very close all the way from 1st through 18th. As Vapor Cobalt has gotten a pass done on fourth currently with that penalty in hand. Looks like Carwin Rob has also picked up a penalty at some point. Let's take a look back at this pretty expansive pack as we see Vapor Lazy still on the back of his teammate. Let's Get Fiscal. Fiscal's looking to chase down Brent Stelton, who in turn is right on the back of Gourlay, looking to see what he can get done. Meanwhile, Nicholas Volkman has spun out into a wall. Let's see if he's got any damage after that. Luckily, it looked like he spun out somewhere where there weren't super tight walls, so hopefully no damage for Nicholas Volkman, who now will make a play from the back of the pack. I don't see any damage on Nicholas Volkman. Maybe that left end plate. I can't quite see it from the helicopter cam. But meanwhile, let's take a look at Greeny, who's moved all the way up to 10th now from 18th where he started. So good work for him as he looks to now chase down Vapor Lazy and Let's Get Fiscal. Vapor Trench now picking up a 3-second penalty. Not good for him. Red Sniper, our only driver in the top 4 without a penalty right now. All of our top 7 drivers still on those soft tires. Let's see, where is our closest interval? Let's take a look at Reflection real quick. Trying to pass his teammate Worry Cloud. About 0.3 of a second back right now on Worry Cloud. As we see things start to kind of group up back here, really from 11th to 13th, pretty tight. Fiscal, meanwhile, has put a little bit of separation between himself and Vapor Lazy. Vapor Lazy finds himself getting passed by Greeny, but only momentarily as, oh, Greeny's into the wall, and Greeny's out of the race. Oh my goodness, Multi-R ABC smacks Greeny into the wall, putting Greeny out of the race for a DNF following his disqualification last week, and we'll have a safety car after that collision. Very scary stuff. Not exactly what we want to see from Greeny. Let's take a look at the carnage here as Nicholas Volkman will pull up to Greeny. You should be able to see him on the right side of the track. Oh my goodness, looks like his car is already despawned. Oh, that was a scary wreck, ladies and gentlemen. Vapor Lazy picking up a 5-second penalty for speeding in the pit lanes. That's not what you want to see. And it looked like Greeny got that contact off of Multi-R ABC, as we see several drivers taking advantage to go into the pits during the safety car. Multi-R ABC, who I believe instigated that contact with Greeny, will lead us out of the safety car. He's going to stay on the track with those mediums. Vapor Trench first out of the pits on mediums. Red Sniper opts for the hard tires. Carwin opts for hards. Cobalt goes on to hards. Gourlay on to hards. Brent Stelton slapping on the softs. Interesting choice from him. Let's get Fiscal onto hards. Trulson onto hards. Corey Cloud onto hards. Big Baguette onto hards. Vapor Lazy onto those softs after picking up the penalty. Chensky on the softs. Pretty much everyone pitting under the safety car with the exception of Multi-RABC. He's going to stay out with those mediums. I think that might cost him down the line here. He's going to have to pit at some point. While we have the safety car, let's take a look in the race director to see what exact penalties we're talking about. Multi-RABC, no penalties. We do have a penalty from Vapor Trench. Let's see. We've got Carwin has picked up a penalty. Vapor Cobalt has picked up a penalty. Gourlay's kept it clean so far. Brent Stelton has picked up a penalty. Let's get Fiscals. Picked up a couple warnings. No penalties yet. Trulson's just the one warning. Worried Cloud, a couple of warnings. Big Baguette's been very clean so far. Vapor Lazy's picked up a couple of penalties, including that speeding in the pit lane. Nicholas Volkman has picked up a penalty. Chensky has himself a penalty. Elian, no penalties. Josh Smith has indeed picked up a penalty. Melon Garden has a penalty. And Greeny, no penalties. Not that it matters because Greeny unfortunate to be slammed into the walls. Let's see if we can find out who was dinged for the contact with Greeny. Let's see, collision with Vapor Lazy. It was Multi-RABC who spun out Greeny into the wall. I'm sure Greeny's got to be absolutely livid about that. Very unfortunate indeed for Greeny. Just can't imagine what's going on in the head of Greeny, who, consistently has these runs where he just finishes first or second for weeks on end, and then also these runs where he DNFs or disqualifies due to, honestly, just very bad luck. As it looks like we will be getting the restart here, will we? Yes, indeed. We will be having a restart. Whenever Multi-RABC is ready, he takes off with Vapor Trench right on his tail. In fact, Vapor Trench, I'm sure, will be getting this pass done sooner rather than later. Of course, no DRS for the next couple of laps following the safety car. So Vapor Trench, depending on using a bit of drag to catch up to Multi-RABC. As we see around turn 2, Multi-RABC does lose it just a little bit. Still managing to stay in front of Vapor Trench, at least for now. Vapor Trench will go ahead and make that pass on turn 3 to the inside. And it looks like he will now begin to pull away from Multi-RABC, who now has Red Sniper Eye behind him to contend with. Vapor Cobalt right on the back of Red Sniper, with Carwin right on the back of Vapor Cobalt. Let's see, as we see Trulson pick up a 3-second penalty. Yellow flag, that must be Trulson, as I see him sliding down our board here. He's going to do his best to not hit anyone here. It looks like he was spun out following turn 10. Vapor Alien, meanwhile, picks up another penalty. Going back up to the top, Red Sniper has gotten the pass done on Multi-RABC. Vapor Cobalt looking to do the same. Carwin keeping his distance. Oh, Carwin spinning out. Really lucky not to lose a tire there. Not entirely sure what happened with Carwin. He's back on the track. It looks like he'll be passed by Vichensky before he can get back up to speed. No, not. I guess not. We do have a virtual safety car, so that might have been what slowed down Vichensky there, as he doesn't want to be speeding under this virtual safety car. Bad luck for Carwin. Not entirely sure what spun him out there, to be honest with you, as these drivers will do their best to keep it under the delta. Nicholas Volkman fails to do so, picking up a 5-second penalty, and our virtual safety car lifts, so Volkman will have to serve that penalty with a drive-through. Bad luck for him. Meanwhile, Vapor Trench has done a really good job pulling away from Red Sniper. 2.5 seconds now is the difference between Vapor Trench and Red Sniper. Nicholas Volkman looks like he is serving his drive-through penalty. As we also see Carwin in the pits, he's got a lot of damage to repair, and Vapor Lazy. Let's Get Fiscal, looks like he was just passed by a couple of drivers there. As we see Gourlay running really wide into the grass. Gourlay, I don't know what he was thinking, hitting the accelerator and trying to get back on the track in the grass. Yeah, that's gonna put you in the wall 10 times out of 10, Gourlay. Really, honestly, lucky to not lose a tire there. As Let's Get Fiscal right on the back of Brent Stelton here in 6th place. Another virtual safety car, I'm sure, because of that damage to Gourlay. I don't know what exactly Gourlay was thinking there. We'll have to take a look and see what kind of damage Gourlay has. See if we can get a good camera angle here. See how much of his wing he is missing. He is missing his entire wing. So it looks like the wing takes the brunt of the damage, luckily for him. But doesn't lose a tire. Really lucky to do so. Meanwhile, drivers we see passing Gourlay in the pits. Let's Get Fiscal still trying to get by Brent Stelton here. So really bad luck for both Carwin, bad luck for Gourlay. Almost taking out Let's Get Fiscal, as you guys saw there. Definitely unsure of exactly what that man was thinking. Got to keep it on the track. Not going to have the same traction in the grass as you do on the asphalt. Bachensky picking up a 3-second time penalty as Let's Get Fiscal continues to try to chase down Brent Stelton. We'll switch up to Vapor Cobalt, who will do his best here to get by Multi-RABC. He will do so. No contact there from Multi-RABC. So Vapor Cobalt will move up into 3rd. Meanwhile, Vapor Trench has stretched out his lead. Now 3 seconds. I'm not sure he'll be able to take it to the end on those medium tires, though. Might need a bit more of an interval to get that done. We'll have to wait and see. Red Sniper, of course, has no penalties either, plus on hard tires that might last just a little bit longer. Not a great corner there from Red Sniper. He takes it wide and maybe loses a few tenths of a second. Brent Stelton has pulled away a little bit from Let's Get Fiscal. Let's hop on down to Reflection right on Melon Garden. Carwin setting the fastest lap. Nice work from him. Still a lot of work to do as he's currently in 17th. Let's check for our tight intervals. It looks like Vapor Cobalt is doing his best to chase down Red Sniper. We just saw Reflection pick up a 5-second time penalty. Not exactly what you want to have happen there. Meanwhile, Brent Stelton showing off impressive pace, chasing down Multi-RABC. It looks like Multi-RABC will be passed for the 5th time since being in first from the safety car. He's on relatively old medium tires after choosing not to pit. Because of how close the drivers are behind him, a pit stop here will probably send him all the way back to around 15th place, I would imagine. But he will have to pit, I would imagine, in the next lap or two, as we see Brent Stelton on those very fast softs have no trouble getting by Multi-RABC. Meanwhile, Worried Cloud riding the back of Let's Get Fiscal. Let's see if Let's Get Fiscal can play a little defense while also trying his best to chase down Multi-RABC. Out now under 2 seconds in front of Let's Get Fiscal. Red Sniper picks up a 3-second penalty. That's going to be that's going to cost him, unfortunately. Really bad luck for Red Sniper, managing to run a clean race up through that point. Let's see here is Worried Cloud about a half-second back on Let's Get Fiscal. Multi-RBC is not giving up on Brent Stelton as they go side by side here. Bit of contact as the wheels touch. Don't think that'll cause any bit of damage. take it into our stadium camera here as we're getting a really good fight between multi-RABC and Brent Stelton. Showing off multi-RBC, showing off some solid heart on those old medium tires. Orlais picking up a 3-second time penalty. As we see, we're about halfway through this race, and with the exception of multi-RABC, Let's Get Fiscal, Worry Cloud, and Big Baguette, all of our drivers have penalties in some form or fashion. Let's take a peek at Reflection chasing down Vichensky. Reflection on the mediums, trying to chase down Vichensky on those 8-lap-old softs. Probably coming into the end of their lives are the soft tires of Vichensky. And it looks like Reflection is going to take a little peek on the inside here. It's a really good exit on that corner. That would be turn 2 there. Vapor Lazy picks up another 3-second penalty. Vapor Lazy having a just an absolute horrible race there. These two drivers we see side by side, Reflection and Vichensky. Reflection does get the pass done for now on Vichensky. Vichensky having to tap the brakes a little harder there to avoid a collision with Reflection. Nice work for him. He'll live to fight another day. Meanwhile, it looks like Brent Stelton has pulled away from multi-RABC. Let's Get Fiscal with Big Baguette on his tail. A safety car here at the end of this race could make things very, very interesting with all of these penalties. For now, it's looking like Vapor Trench still running away with it on those 9-lap-old mediums. I'm not sure he's going to be able to make it through the end of the race, though, so almost certainly we'll see a pit from Vapor Trench at some point. Same with Brent Stelton on the 9-lap-old softs, probably sooner rather than later, as we see a bit of a fight here between our two most consistent drivers, Big Baguette and Let's Get Fiscal. Big Baguette showing off just the slightly better pace to get by Let's Get Fiscal. Worried Cloud now into the mix as well, about half a second back of Let's Get Fiscal. Any other tight margins here, folks? Looks like Red Sniper still hanging tough with Red Sniper as multi-RABC picks up a penalty. Brent Stelton will head into the pits to get some new tires. I'm assuming he'll probably go on to mediums, take those to the end of the race. Not 100% sure, of course, on that. His only play here is really hoping for a safety car, as Brent Stelton will indeed slide all the way down into 15th place. He'll come out still decently ahead of Carwin back in 16th. On those mediums, he will look forward to taking to the end of the race. Now only 3 drivers without penalties, Big Baguette, Let's Get Fiscal, and Worried Cloud. 5th, 6th, and 7th, respectively. We've got a yellow flag in Sector 1. It looks like Carwin is into the wall, and he, out of Turn 1, it looks like, just maybe runs a little wide. You see the car there, the left tire on top of the hood, and we have a virtual safety car. Our driver's up at the front, lucky to not see a safety car, although Vapor Trench probably would have liked one with currently in the pits. Vapor Cobalt looks like he will be able to catch up and pass Vapor Trench in those pits. And kind of a new race here. Red Sniper and Vapor Cobalt probably will do their best to take the hard tires to the end of the race, as will Big Baguette and Let's Get Fiscal. And DRS is back enabled as the virtual safety car lifts. We've seen Greeny and Carwin not managing to finish this race. 2 drivers down through 20 laps, I should say. And we'll have a bit of a fight here between Vapor Cobalt and Red Sniper. We'll have to see if Red Sniper can keep up with Vapor Cobalt. It's interesting that we have this fight between these two drivers, being our newest full-time drivers with Bette Jalle, certainly showing why they got the nod into those drivers' seats. Very, very impressive racers, the both of them. Let's Get Fiscal is in third, with Big Baguette still doing his best to get the pass done. We'll have to see with the bevy of DRS coming up here if Big Baguette can close this gap and slip by Let's Get Fiscal. Quite a good fight between these two, as they've been back and forth a couple of times. So for now, it's Let's Get Fiscal's turn to lead Big Baguette through that first DRS into the second now. Big Baguette under half a second back. We'll probably close this to about, I would imagine, 3/10 coming out of this turn. No, instead, Let's Get Fiscal maintains really solid pace, even without the benefit of DRS. Let's see, certainly more ERS from Big Baguette, so I would imagine we'll get a pass here on Let's Get Fiscal in the next lap or two. Meanwhile, our front two drivers, Vapor Cobalt and Red Sniper, continue to increase the distance between themselves and the rest of the pack. Vapor Trench out of the pits on those medium tires has done very well to get back in this. Up now into fifth. Looks like he might get the pass done on Big Baguette before Baguette can catch up to Fiscal on the slightly softer tire composite. So maybe Vapor Trench knew what he was doing onto the medium tires, going medium here at the end, following his opening with softs. Big Baguette, I don't know what happened there. He must have gotten spun as Vapor Trench got the pass done. He'll lose a couple of positions. Meanwhile, Vapor Trench will look to track down Let's Get Fiscal and move into third place. Certainly showing off the more impressive pace. See if Vapor Trench can chase down that Renault. Big Baguette unfortunately unable to do so, so now it is Vapor Trench's turn to take a crack at the likes of Let's Get Fiscal. So coming to our first DRS, Vapor Trench maybe takes a little bit of a peek on the inside. Quite the battle here up at the front. Might have to go to that due to the fact that these are our top two drivers, really going back and forth. Looks like Red Sniper slipped by him momentarily around turn one, but Vapor Cobalt quickly took that position back. As Vapor Trench has gotten the move done on Let's Get Fiscal, he'll look to start chasing down these two drivers. 8 seconds to make up over 12 laps. Certainly doable, especially as these hard tires begin to enter the end of their lives. Let's Get Fiscal and Worried Cloud now going head to head. Worried Cloud also able to get by Let's Get Fiscal. Big Baguette will try once again to see if he can get by the Renault driver. Baguette, our winner last week in France, showing off why he's consistently in the top 5, always managing to hang tight, avoid penalties, as he and Let's Get Fiscal are our two drivers who do not have penalties through this point in the race. Our only two drivers, I should say. Certainly always a joy to watch these two and their precision as they go around these tracks. Big Baguette looking to pass on the inside into turn 2, able to get the pass done on Let's Get Fiscal. He'll now look to chase down Worried Cloud. Vapor Trench has already narrowed the margin by over a second between himself and Red Sniper. Wait until this DRS zone number 3 coming up here in just a moment. Certainly think Big Baguette's got the pace to catch Worried Cloud. Really nice turn 10 there from Big Baguette. They are still very, very close
Less than 4/10 of a second separate these two drivers. Vapor Trench now about 5 seconds back, really showing off pace. Should have no trouble, I believe, in catching the two drivers in front. Wow, really impressive there from Big Baguette. Bit of contact. Unfortunate for Worry Cloud as he's shunted to the side there, and Let's Get Fiscal takes advantage and moves back into 5th place. So very, very close up at the top. Might come down to penalties. Can get some work done here on Vapor Helium. Vapor Helium, lots of penalties. Honestly, has done quite well to move back up into 7th. Real quick here on lap 27. Let's take a look at position changes. As we see, Big Baguette move up 12 position. Let's Get Fiscal 9. Worry Cloud 13. Certainly our big 3 winners here early on. I would say Nicholas Volkman down 9 positions, Vapor Helium down 6. Vapor Helium's been in just about every position that you can imagine in this race. Still back 6 positions though, after earning the pole position in qualifying. Borlée picks up a penalty for speeding in the pit lane. Whoops. Borlée has certainly had a race to forget here in Austria. Vapor Trench has closed it to less than 5 seconds between himself and Red Sniper. So he'll certainly be looking to get back into it. Big Baguette and Let's Get Fiscal, about a second between the two of those drivers in 4th and 5th place. Closes the gap just a little bit on Big Baguette, inside of a second, so he'll earn that DRS here in lap 28. Let's take a look back up here at the top with Red Sniper trying to catch up to Vapor Cobalt. It's honestly going to come down to which of these two drivers' tires hold up a little better here. Is Vapor Trench on those fresher mediums still looking to make a play and maybe get into 1st or 2nd finish. It's going to be very, very close. And, you know, Red Sniper might be biding his time. Significantly more ERS. Might just be waiting to see. We do have a yellow flag here. Looks like Worry Cloud has been spun as he looks to get back on the track. That's bad for him. Moments ago was in 6th place. Drops all the way down to 12th. Really, really bad luck there for Worry Cloud. As Trilson looks like he's going to get this move done on Vapor Helium. Coming into turn 2. See Reflection spinning just a little bit there. Meanwhile, back up at the top, Red Sniper still about a half second back of Vapor Cobalt. These two drivers definitely putting a lot of pressure on each other. One small mistake from Vapor Cobalt is we just saw him spin out just a little bit, cost him a couple tenths of a second. But honestly, Red Sniper is just going to keep putting pressure on Vapor Cobalt, and any small mistake that Vapor Cobalt might make, Red Sniper is going to look to make him pay for it. So Vapor Cobalt really exceed track limits there. I'm sure that will be a warning. Avoids the penalty for now. Take a look here, coming into turn 4 and 5. nice for Red Sniper, but still putting tremendous pressure on Vapor Cobalt. Keeping things very, very tight here between first and second. Like this fight is going to take us to the very, very end, as both drivers very, very consistent here in the last few laps, managing to keep it very tight. Vapor Trench not too far away, now within eyesight, about 3 seconds back of these two drivers. Meanwhile, we do have a pass there from Red Sniper, finally gets it done. Red Sniper finally managing to slide by Vapor Cobalt, and he'll take the lead here in lap 31 for a moment, as Vapor Cobalt will take it back with a very nice outside passing move there. Going to turn 6, it looks like Vapor Cobalt shows impressive pace, and we'll start running away with this. Red Sniper really has to try to keep this thing close, as he slips back now 0.7 of a second. Really starting to lose some pace is Red Sniper. Not sure what could possibly be causing that, but look who is looming in the background with only 4 laps to go is Vapor Trench, who slowly and methodically has gotten himself back in this race. And it looks like these 3 will almost certainly earn spots on the podium, but in what order is truly anybody's guess, as all 3 of them have penalties. We'll have to wait to see how penalties play a part in this race. Wow, Red Sniper getting the pass done on Vapor Cobalt, and certainly going to be a really interesting ending here, folks. Nicholas Volkman picking up yet another penalty. Ooh, a lot of penalties for Nicholas Volkman. Now it's Red Sniper Eye's turn to maybe run away with this race just a little bit. Out in front to the tune of about 0.7 of a second. Vapor Trench has about equal split to Vapor Cobalt as Cobalt does to Red Sniper. We see him exceed track limits again, coming out of turn 1. Cobalt can make that pass stick. No dice on it, as Red Sniper does pull away for now. Wow, this is really close racing here, folks. So they managed to avoid each other. Side by side in first and second place. Back and forth they go. Anybody's guess how this one's going to end. For now, Red Sniper out just a bit of Vapor Cobalt. We see Machenski retire from the session. Three laps to go, folks. This is the home stretch. Red Stelton picks up a 3-second time penalty there. Vapor Cobalt able to get the move done for now, and now we have a 3-person race here. Oh, lots of contact, and Vapor Trench will lose part of his wing there. And Red Sniper on the inside manages to pass both. So I believe we saw a bit of wing damage on Vapor Trench there, but does not let it hit turn him, as he goes loud around Red Sniper right there. Yeah, it looks like that left end plate is no longer attached for Vapor Trench. We'll have to see how that plays into the last couple of laps here. And we'll see if Vapor Trench can hold on with that wing damage that he earned from hitting the back of Vapor Cobalt. So certainly going to be interesting here, folks. 2 laps remaining. Very, very close as these drivers look like they're catching up now to Nicholas Folkman. Just fresh out of the pits on soft tires to finish the race. And now Trulson and Let's Get Fiscal are mixing it up back there for 5th place. Let's take a quick look at that. It looks like Trulson will get a pass down on Let's Get Fiscal. Let's see if Let's Get Fiscal can return the favor, and these two really fighting for 5th place. I think that it's really a moot point as Let's Get Fiscal, still without a penalty, should have no trouble finishing ahead of Trulson with the difference of Trulson's penalty. So let's pop back up to the top here as we still see coming into our final lap here in Austria, Red Sniper Eye and Vapor Trench neck and neck. Vapor Trench with that wing damage. We'll have to see what he can do with that. Certainly going to be tight. Wow, look how close these drivers are. Our top 3 are going to be within a second of each other, assuming nothing catastrophic happens in this last lap. You know, Vapor Cobalt's the only one without gas problems. We'll have to see how that plays into it as well. As the indicator just looks on for Vapor Cobalt as well. Still very, very close. It looks like Vapor Trench will cross the finish line before Red Sniper, so we'll have to see how the penalties will play into this. And indeed, Vapor Trench first across the line. Vapor Cobalt will pass Red Sniper on the penalties, as will Big Baguette. So Red Sniper moves all the way down into 4th for now. We'll have to see how Fiscal jumps Trulson as expected. So Red Sniper will get 4th, Vapor Trench 1st, Vapor Cobalt 2nd, Big Baguette will finish in 3rd. Let's Get Fiscal continues his top 5 run with a 5th place finish. Multi-RABC will finish in 6th. Probably a bit of a sour taste in his mouth after the contact with Greeny. Reflection, meanwhile, 7th. Josh Smith missed as well to get up to 8th. Trulson 9th. And Vapor Elian, with looks like a puncture there on his left tire, finishes in 10th, rounding out our top 10. So certainly a fun race here in Austria. Let's see here. I would say Big Baguette probably gets my nod for driver of the day. Qualified way further back than he normally would, but certainly did very, very well to finish in 3rd place. Had a little bit of help from Red Sniper's penalties, managed to make it close enough so that the finish slipped ahead of Red Sniper by about 0.2 of a second. So a very, very close finish. Because of penalties, Vapor Trench finishes about 4 seconds ahead of Vapor Cobalt. But then, of course, Big Baguette only 0.2 of a second ahead of Red Sniper. Excellent racing all around. And I'm sure the game will also agree with me that Big Baguette is our driver of the day, earning a podium. Yes, indeed. Nice work from Big Baguette, following up his 1st place in France with 3rd place here in Austria. Well, ladies and gentlemen, as we open the champagne, I cannot thank you enough for joining me, your man on the mic, Ben Silver. I'm here every Friday and Sunday, bringing you live action of Bette Jalle F1 and F2 racing. So with the completion of that race, ladies and gentlemen, we are halfway through our season. 11 races down, 11 races to go. Certainly going to be interesting to see what that finish does for our standings. Vapor Cobalt and Big Baguette will both pick up good points. Vapor Cobalt will expand his lead over Greeny on the table. But certainly plenty of racing still to do. You know, until Friday, folks, our next F1 race. Hope you'll join me then. Until then, see ya.